Hey, welcome to Gunny Sharp Talk. What we're doing here is kind of a fake unboxing of Jende Industries jigs. I say fake because we already had this out and we were using it this last weekend. So the unboxing, since Tom's not here, I'm not sure that I even remotely came close to putting everything back exactly the way it was. So if you want to see a real unboxing, I think Jende put out a video on YouTube and Tom shows you everything being unboxed. The basis really is just to show you kind of what you get with this and how to put it together. So I'm gonna pull some pieces out. Tom calls them pizza box. I like roughly put everything back in here and pull it all out so we can put it together. If I can get hold of it to get it out. Okay. Now there's a box I didn't use, a couple pieces I didn't use. So this marker will be in here. What we have, I'm going to take them out piece by piece. You have your base. You have some food grade grease that comes with it. And this is all stainless steel construction, so it is dishwasher safe. Shouldn't have to worry about rusting. I'm going to set the grease over here. It's for some of the gears and things like that. This is a piece that goes in here. Your other piece. Stone holder. Hold your clamps. All the screws. Pretty sure they weren't all in the same slot when Tom did it, but I was trying to look to put things back in. I don't know about you guys, I can't read Chinese, so I have no idea what that says. I'm assuming it was telling me where to put things, but I was not following those instructions very well. And anyways, I got fat fingers, so I'm not sticking them in the hole. There we go. And our base is in here. So you can start however you want. They all don't come with a base. You can buy that separately. I like the base. It gives it plenty of real estate, makes it extremely solid. But realistically, this base is pretty heavy. And for most things, you could probably use it without something like this. You can also bolt it down to a workbench. All right, let's get started here on some of the parts. So Jende is written on this side, where it's textured on this side, so getting water and everything on it isn't going to stain this up. You have your feet, and they're adjustable, so putting these in, do it at an angle that I can get them in. If your table or something's uneven or you're getting any wobble out of it, you can back them out and adjust them so that it makes it more solid for you. And I'm sure these are going to come with instructions. This one didn't, but it's pretty intuitive. I say that intuitive for people that are even slightly mechanically inclined to putting stuff together. So this base is going to be mounted from the underside. So I'm gonna put this together first so I get my screws and everything in there. Make sure you put this on in the right direction. I was talking last weekend when we were doing it, and I put it on in the wrong direction twice because I'm talking, got distracted, did the whole squirrel thing, and then ended up putting it on in the wrong direction. So those are for the clamps. So you have some screws like this that will go underneath. This is recessed, so then they set flush. And what they're gonna do is screw into here with a little tool you get. Now, if you attach it to this base, you're also gonna need a Phillips head that does not come with it. Tom said that figures most people would have a Phillips head available to them, so he didn't include it, which I agree, most people probably do. You don't have to wrench down on any of this too hard. I try to be careful not to, because I tend to gorilla tighten everything. All right. Now, in order to mount that, I'm gonna do it from, like I said, from this side. And it will only go in one direction. So you have these bigger screws with the Phillips head to mount this base. And I'm missing one. Oh, no, there it is. Good, I thought I dropped one. And this base that I'm attaching to it is acrylic. It's a really nice, heavy, thick base. All right. Screws in there. You have your little knob, it goes in here. And this is for your macro adjustments. So when you're putting this in, the bigger gear goes towards the back. And then that holds your macro in place, and you have some micro adjustments here. What's nice is this swivels, of course, for the rod. You have your stone holder. This comes off, goes through here, and your two guide rods. Well, pay attention to what I'm doing. Two guide rods go in there. Then you have this screws into the female end. little nut, little rubber washer. All right, let's back up. Did that wrong. I ultimately screwed this into where the handle goes, so that's my bad. The male on the rod goes in the female on this stone holder. And I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm gonna let you guys see that I do stupid stuff sometimes. But even at that, it's still pretty easy to figure out. And you got this little screw, goes on the end, it's got a little rubber washer, a little rubber O-ring. And then keeps your rod from coming off. And then your knob goes on the male end of this. And I know he was talking about coming out with different size knobs, maybe a little different style, making those available. All right. Now, let's get down to that belt. Again, left a part off. So you have the spring goes on here on the stone holder for quick changes, unlike the old Edge Pro that had that brass fitting. So then you can change your stones. So for these clamps, they have this rubber coating on them. And what this rubber coating does is it helps get a good grip when the clamps are close together, because you have a pivot point there, and without it, the knife would tend to want to move. With the rubber coating on, it doesn't, plus it doesn't scratch up your knife. You already have something on there, so you don't necessarily need to tape it. I've done a few knives and I haven't scratched any of them without taping, just leaving this coating on. And this is like the first prototype that he's done this coating on. So the other ones in the future will get a little smoother coating than what's on here. This was just kind of roughly done to make sure all this works. So for the clamps, you have these like barbells. Goes through the hole, and you tighten those up, loosen them to move the clamps down. Front end of the clamp, you have this nut. It's kind of panned, and if you can see in the bottom, you have this spot for the pan to go in. You have a dip on both sides, but this one's kind of cupped, where this one's just rounded and recessed. So it goes into the cupped side. And then this little screw with the washer on this side, on the upper side, goes through here. Then you have your wrench to tighten them. Now, in order to move these clamps back and forth, you have to have this loose, otherwise it pinches back here. So you need to loosen the front up to be able to loosen the back to slide them back and forth. I'll show you that in a minute. And I like that this is it's a really sturdy construction. I like the stainless. Some other ones that I've used, including mine at home, I sometimes get some surface rust because it's anodized steel, which it's easy enough to take off the surface rust, but it'd be nice to have stainless and not have to worry about it. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get done, because sharpening's not my main job, I get done late at night or something, and I will not clean it up, and I'll just go to bed. And sometimes it may be a day or two before I ever get back to sharpening. So this tool comes with it. Screwdriver does not. Phillips said. Food safe grease. You do get a marker. A bunch of cool writing on it that I can't read. I can read marking pen, alcohol base. All right. Well, that's the unboxing. Your stones. Let's grab a Chaucera. Go in here. Pull back. It does take the Edge Pro size stones, and it will also take KME size stones. So you get, any of you that are stepping up from a KME can use the stones you have. Any of you stepping up from an Edge Pro or any other system that uses Edge Pro size stones, you can use the stones you have. I like that it gives you that option, and you have a wider variety of stones available. At the same time, I don't have a KME or any KME size stones, so I wouldn't be horribly upset if it only took the 1x6. But for a lot of you, when you're stepping up in sharpening systems, it does make a difference. It's nice to not have to buy a bunch of stones up front. They're gonna have different stone packages that come with this. You'll have to check Jende's website. So I'm here doing this unboxing at Omaha Knife, which will be carrying these systems. They have already ordered them, and so you can order the systems from Omaha Knife or get them straight from Jende. Omaha Knife obviously is here in the States, in Omaha, Nebraska. Jende's in Taiwan. I think pricing will be comparable, will be about the same either way. But if you have any questions, drop them down below. I'd be happy to answer them the best I can. And I'm gonna put out another video kind of showing you how the system clamps, how sturdy the clamps are. I'm not gonna probably do a full sharpening, but I'll just kind of demonstrate how the adjustments work and things like that. So if you would, like and subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Thanks for watching.